I think people are drawn to it because it has this dark energy that is not malevolent. It's this kind of power. I can't really exactly remember what the impetus was for making it, but perhaps there's a little bit of ego in there, and maybe that all sculptors have or all artists have. I was compelled to make something that was bigger than me, that maybe had more power than maybe I feel in my everyday life, and it could be a kind of powerful cipher. Kia ora, Current Magazine. My name is Kirsty Lillico, and this is my exhibition, Heavy Falls, at Te Whare o Rehua Sarjeant Gallery. My process is grounded in histories of textiles, of soft sculpture, of postminimalism in sculpture. I work with mostly found materials and weaving. I'm interested in the gendered aspects of different materials and the way that textiles hold different histories. This work uses this kind of geometric Axminster carpet. A lot of people will have associations with maybe male spaces like rugby club rooms, pubs, things like that. So I'm sort of looking at spaces and who gets to inhabit those spaces, who holds the power in, say, public life. My work is very heavy, physically heavy and quite demanding. The scale of the weaving is informed by my reading about 1970s fibre art movement. I started teaching myself tapestry weaving at Tylee Cottage. At a certain point, I realised if my work is going to obviously make reference to that particular movement, then I have to go bigger. I guess the technical struggle was, how do I achieve that scale with a limited amount of studio time? I kind of solved that problem by using really large yarn, sort of agricultural twine, dyeing it myself. Shout out to Murray's Emporium in Wanganui. They had this huge bale or cone of agricultural twine, sisal, that I dyed. So that is what you see here, and that's creating this kind of hairy texture. And then I have these greasy, uncarded locks of wool from Marton that are twined in there. In terms of materials, definitely the agricultural setting became folded into my art materials. Some of this wool comes from the Bremworth yarn spinning factory in Castlecliff, which I was lucky enough to go on a tour of. I guess the whole endeavour of weaving was partly me looking into my whakapapa, my own family history of my Scottish ancestors coming here to farm and working in the weaving industry in the 19th century in Paisley, Scotland, and then here in Timaru in the late 19th century, early 20th century. What I found during the Tylee Cottage residency is it sort of sharpened my understanding of where ideas come from, and I realised that the meaning didn't have to be predetermined before I made the work, but it could come just through that conversation that I had with the materials and what the materials wanted to do. A soft worm of wool in this kind of web of hardened sisal. There could be a conversation between those two materials. I hope this exhibition allows people to pay attention to the physical world around them instead of maybe screens, that they can get some feeling of energy from these soft materials.